All right, the 49ers 2022 NFL draft has come to an end. And believe it or not, Deebo Samuel still a 49er. I mean, how did you feel leading up to that 10th pick and then right after you realized the Jets weren't going to trade for Deebo?
I really just had a feeling like it was going to happen at any moment. And when it didn't happen, I was like, all right, well, this is it. Like, Deebo's going to be on the team. And I felt pretty good about it, actually. How about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I felt good. I think the collective mindset around like all of Twitter was that the second Deebo didn't get traded at the 10th pick, we were like, okay, Deebo's going to be a 49er next year for sure. Because once you get past that level, the compensation just isn't worth it. And then you start getting into the like, oh, well, would you trade Deebo for this rookie wide receiver? Would you trade him for this? When you look at the 18th pick where they picked up Treylon Burks, you start to be like, okay, would you have traded like Deebo for Treylon Burks? And I think that it's a resounding no.
Nah.
So I feel really good that we kept him, and it looks like we're going to work something out with him.
Honestly, I feel pretty good about it. I really, really want to emphasize and applaud the 49er fans that actually went to Vegas and did the meet and greet with Deebo. It seemed like it was nothing but positive energy. And he came out, and I think he even said during that time that he felt really, really good about the faithful. So want to thank everybody who went out, showed their support to Deebo. I know that was something in the past that he had said, like, hey, some of these 49er fans are saying racist things, and throwing out death threats. So love that positivity, just kind of going out there. Appreciate y'all. I feel pretty good about it. I think that something's going to get done with the 49ers moving forward. I know that there are reports that he's still disgruntled. And honestly, I don't think it's coming from Deebo. I don't know about that.
Hey, what's up? This is D. Sorry to interrupt. I know we're digging into some really juicy content here, but just wanted to say, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It all really helps us out to push content to other 49er fans. So when you have a chance, go ahead and do that. Now back to the show.
Jeremy Fowler came out and said that Deebo still wants a trade, which is like ridiculous because at this point, the 49ers aren't going to trade for future picks. It was this draft or bust. Like, why would the 49ers trade for a pick next year and like no good player on Deebo's level at this point in the offseason?
The only way that Deebo gets traded if they trade a proven player that matches Deebo's caliber. There's not going to be for next year's first. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you trade this guy for next year's pick? You might as well just wait it out and see if, like, okay, well, let's just see if he's going to play ball or not.
Yeah, and just like to put an end cap on what happened with the draft regarding Deebo, like immediately after the draft ended, was it Deebo that tweeted out that Deebo is back?
Yeah, he has a limited edition shirt out right now on his website. You can go and purchase it. I think it'll be out by May 31st. So yeah, if you want, go ahead and check that out.
That's not a guy that reads to me, I'm not coming back to San Francisco still. Like, why would you make a shirt that says Deebo is back? Like, what is that in reference to? Most likely in reference to being back on the field as 49er.
No contract yet.
AJ Brown was traded basically for Treylon Burks and the third, I believe.
Yep.
And he got paid. What was his contract? 4 years, 100 mil.
4 years, 100 mil, 57 guaranteed. And so pretty reasonable. But just to go back to that, I think a lot of people knew that the 49ers were going to have to like get a king's ransom. People were saying that it was going to have to be a Godfather type of offer. And obviously that wasn't the case. Reports had come out that the Jets had actually offered the 10th pick and a 5th round pick for Deebo Samuel and a 2nd round pick. That don't make any sense. Do you think that's fair compensation?
That's trash. Even if you take into account if the 49ers did the AJ Brown deal, they would be roasted right now on Twitter. Like, yeah, the 18th pick and a 3rd round pick for Deebo Samuel, when we're over here talking about him potentially going for 2 firsts and a 2nd, or a 1st and a 2nd and then some. I mean, maybe Traylon Burks turns out to be a Pro Bowler, maybe he's top receiver in the game, but as of right now, that just looks like a bad deal. So then when you go from, okay, the Jets may give us the 10th pick, the 30 whatever, another second, like all these picks, and then you want us to give you a second?
No,
That makes
this is
no
not gonna
sense to
happen.
me. That makes no
No
sense.
way in hell.
You're basically giving up Deebo in a second for a first round pick for the number 10 pick, which I don't think that's even at all.
No.
I mean, maybe if there was this like Jamar Chase level prospect in the draft and they had like the number 3 pick or something like that, then I could see maybe we could do that deal for Deebo. But I mean, the 10th pick where there's no like dominant number 1 receiver in this draft, like not worth it. Come on, get out of here.
Yeah, especially in this draft where all the talent was on a pretty similar level. So like, why not wait until the second round? And we've seen the 49ers actually drafted really well. I feel pretty good about the receiver they ended up picking up, but it just didn't make sense.
And so just to end the Deebo discussion today, the AJ Brown contract, how does that play into what Deebo does next, what the Niners do next? Like, how do you feel this is going to wrap up?
I feel like he's going to end up getting somewhere between that 57 mark and the 67 mark from Tyreek Hill. And I feel pretty good about it, especially if you put that over the 4 years. I'm cool with it. Give him 105 and what would you say, like 62, 63?
Yeah, I mean, I think the 49ers want this deal done in a heartbeat. Like 4 years, like 105 mil, 65 mil guaranteed. Let's just get that done and get him on the field because we need him working with Trey Lance. So that doesn't seem like, I think both sides gambled. Deebo gambled, seeing that Devontae deal, seeing the Tyreek deal, and was like, okay, I'm going to get major paid. And the 49ers deal and said, no, you're not. There's another class below that class, and that's where you're at, Deebo. And I think the Niners won that gamble. There's no way that the Niners are going to give him this like major, like record-breaking deal now. They have the basis to go off of AJ Brown's deal.
Yeah, I think that was honestly the agent just trying to be slick with these 3 guys. Everyone's trying to be the next Rich Paul of the NFL, so I think that's what it was. I think he was like, all right, well, even if you don't want to make noise, Deebo, just trust me, I'm going to get us paid. And it just didn't work out.
I mean, even if his plan didn't work out to get like the number 1 receiver money in the whole league, he's still going to get paid.
Yeah, he's going to be good, but he's not going to break the bank.
For sure, the Niners are going to give him a similar deal to AJ Brown. And I think that's win-win in both situations. A win for AJ Brown, a win for Deebo, a win for Niners. I think everything worked out perfect. Once the deal's done, I think everyone works out perfect.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think the next milestone is going to be training camp. We'll see when he gets to the mandatories if he ends up showing up. If he does, cool. All right, everything's good. Let's play out the year. If he doesn't, what are we thinking?
He can only sit for so long. I mean, we already know, like, he's not going to do. Le'Veon Bell is the only person to sit out like an entire season. It's only a matter of time till Deebo breaks at this point. He lost all his leverage. I mean, at a certain point, maybe he could have flexed, and he was trying to, where the Niners had options to like trade for draft picks, trade for other players. But at this point, no team has the capital to trade for him. And like hardly any teams have the cap space to even like sign him after they trade for him. So it's just, there's this huge impact that his trading could have on another team, where they're giving up lots of future draft picks, way more than they would have before the draft, and they're giving up a lot of cap space. And it's just not going to happen anywhere other than San Francisco, where they're already committing to a certain amount of the cap space to him.
Yeah, and they've even come out and Kyle said that, hey, if it is like the way he's using the offense, we're more than happy to talk about that. So I don't think he's going to be running the ball as much. I think they came out and said they want to use him as the primary receiver. I'm all for that. Let's do it. Let's get it done.
let's keep him on the field. Let's keep him healthy, and let's see if he can be that number one receiver for a full year. And then, there's the deals now in the NFL. They're like so fake money that you can get a deal in place, and in 2 years, if he's still outperforming, he can do this whole rodeo again, and then we can rework a deal and get him paid more.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Drew here. We really appreciate you guys sticking to the end of the video. I know this guy's happy. If you guys like what you saw, like what you heard, go ahead and watch some more videos here to get more 49ers news and updates. And go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Really helps us out. We appreciate it so much. Thanks you guys for spending time with us.